Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tina, and today we're going to be making keema, or minced meat. So let's go ahead and get started with the ingredients. I'm going to start off with 1 pound of ground chicken. This could be, you could use any kind of meat that you have available: chicken, veal, ground beef, lamb, whatever you like or have available. Feel free to use that. Then my list of spices are cumin seeds. This is a half a teaspoon. A whole teaspoon of salt. A whole level teaspoon of chili powder. 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric or haldi. 1/4 teaspoon, a little less than a quarter honestly, of garam masala. 2 cardamom pods or ilaichis, 2 cloves, 1 small piece of cinnamon, and then 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. Also, we would need 1 large onion, sliced up, as you could see, 1 large tomato, or if you have a medium-sized tomato, I would do 1.5. 1 serrano chili, and I slit this in the middle. And we will be using, this is optional, but I love the taste of cilantro in my keema. So I have a little bunch of cilantro cut up. And then, of course, our oil and a bit of water. So I'm going to be using approximately a cup and a half of regular water. So let's go ahead and get started with our keema recipe. So I already have my wok heating up. As you can see, I love using my wok. It's, first of all, I don't have to add too much oil into it, so it's a non-stick, and everything gets done fairly quickly in my wok. So this is one of the most versatile pieces of equipment that I have in my kitchen. So if you don't have a lot, I would recommend just getting a wok. Alright, so I'm going to add a nice, maybe a cup of oil. And right now my stove is on medium high. And then I'm going to just take my onion and just dump it in. Alright. I'm going to turn the stove up to a high. And what I'm looking for is a little browning of the onions. And this is why I try to cut it as uniform as I could. That is one of the keys. If you could dice it, even better. Alright. So we're going to just wait for this to brown. And the best part about this recipe is that you could use, add any kind of vegetables if you'd like to your keema, or it's very, very transformative. Transformative is the right word here. Alright, love the sizzling sound. And just wait for this a little bit. And what I like to normally do is once this starts browning up, I'm going to add all of my spices at that point. Why do I like to add my spices at that point? Is because then the flavor, the toastiness of the spices comes out. It brings out the real essence, the oils, hence making your keema more flavorful. Alright. Alright, we're seeing a little bit of browning. That's good. And this process normally takes, on my stove, it takes at least 4 to 5 minutes. So be a little patient. Keep on mixing it around so that it evenly browns. Alright. Perfect. This looks absolutely wonderful. I wish with this the YouTube had smell-o-vision. You could smell the wonderful caramelization scent of this. This is so wonderful. All right. This looks good. That's almost there. So again, wait 4 to 5 minutes. And we should, and oh, if you guys are in a real pinch and you don't have time to brown the onions up a little more, you could buy pre-fried onions from any Indian store and use that, and it'll cut down your cooking time even further. But since we have the time, we are browning it up ourselves. All right. A little browning, this is good. We're almost at that point. Most people like it completely brown. I don't really care for it completely browned. I just want a little caramelization. And while this is happening, I feel that this is at a good point. I'm going to add all of my spices and do my normal dump. Alright. Perfect. This smells so good. Now we do not want to burn these spices. I'm going to then add all my tomatoes as well. And start cooking this, and make sure again your stove is on high heat. This shouldn't take too long to cook. So again, cooking in a jiffy. Be sure to always get the nice ingredients on the side of the pans as well. All the spices that are stuck to the pan. Get those as well. Alright, so we're already seeing our tomatoes are starting to break down a bit. I'm going to take my minced meat, this is chicken, and I will just dump it all in there. Alright, start mixing it in. And it's best to use minced beef or chicken at room temperature. It gets cooked fairly quickly. If it's frozen, add at least, I would say, an additional 15 to 20 minutes to this recipe. Alright. So we have started to mix all this up in. I'm going to now start adding my water. Alright, so I told you it looks like almost 2 cups of water, but a cup and a half should suffice. So it starts creating a slight gravy. The reason I add water to this is so it has time to cook the minced beef or chicken evenly. Alright, and while this is cooking, I'm going to also just throw in my chili in here, just so that the flavors could come through. Alright, so this process will take close to 15 minutes, and I'll go ahead and show you how it looks after 15 minutes. Hey guys, we're back. It's been 15 minutes, and I ended up adding more water, a little bit more water, because I like my keema with a little bit of sauciness, as you can see. I don't like my keema completely dry. The reason being is that I do store my keema. Half of it I'm going to store in the freezer, and half of it I'm going to use for dinner, because I only just don't have keema for dinner. I have more items that I'm going to be serving. So keep it a little saucy, then you'll be able to add vegetables if you'd like, any additional additions that you want to add, you'll be able to add, and it'll be able to absorb more flavor. So this is still cooking, and then this is actually at the most perfect state. And at this point, I'm going to add my cilantro. And if you have mint available, by all means, add mint. I'm not a fan of adding parsley to keema, mainly because the taste of it doesn't come out as good, in my opinion. Alright, this is absolutely beautiful. Look at the color contrast. Look at the green popping out. This looks scrumptious. Alright, so we are ready to serve, and let me dish this out for you guys, and let me show you how the final product looks. We'll be back. Alright guys, so this is our final product, our final keema dish. I added a little bit of more cilantro just to make it more colorful and more appealing for our guests. I'm going to be serving this for 5 people today, and you can make it up to 6 servings approximately. And as you can see, it looks absolutely delicious and actually quite low fat as well. I was thinking about it, and we used chicken breast meat for our chicken, and I did use a little bit of oil. However, you could reduce the quantity of oil as well, but it will taste just as amazing as always. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Don't forget to comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and bon appetit. Enjoy.